Okay, we've talked about behavior diagrams. Now let's talk about the components of those behavior diagrams, which I'll call instructions. Sometimes we call them instruction blocks, sometimes we call them instructions. This is the most important instruction of all. It's called an assign instruction, or sometimes a let instruction. It's how we give a value to a variable. Here's a variable, let's call it x, and let's give it a value hello world, and that hasn't done anything yet. That's just made an instruction which will give this value to the variable x. So that we can see the instruction in action, we can just look at the variables here. As you can see, there's no variables yet in this program, so I'll click on this and run the instruction, and there we have it. X is now equal to hello world. Okay, we can do more interesting things than just give simple values. If I wanted to take the last three characters of x, that's ORLD, for example, I could say something like, let's say the right bit of x would be x rightmost 3, and that will give us, and if I run that instruction, you'll see I've got a new variable here called right bit, and it's the last three characters of x. There are many more operators like rightmost and things like this. I'll give you an example of how to find them here. Let's just edit this instruction. Let's have a variable, let's call it, let's say p. Now here I can just right click and get all sorts of things. Here's my operators, let's say string operator. So there we are, rightmost, leftmost, chop, from. We could say upper here. Let's put the x into uppercase. So p will should be the uppercase version of x. As you can see, we've just this is the kind of bread and butter of programming. This is where we actually do calculations and transform information from one form to another.